Hey, what's up everybody? Lead Meteorologist John Choquette here. First time doing a video in a minute, and we're going to talk about what's going down here for the next couple of days. Severe weather is going to be on the return, but first, as always, thanks to our sponsors. You guys see them in the ads here. Atlas Roofing with their very long ad, C3 Group, Merlin Law Group, and American Contractor. Again, they're all linked in the description below. You guys have seen the little cutout ad things for a while now. You guys know what to do. Check them out, give us the support, and it's a big thank you for them making sure we can do these videos even in the off season here. So again, we're talking about that severe storms ahead. Nothing today, but it looks like we're getting a more May-like pattern going into tomorrow and even to next week as well. So typically November is one of the quietest times of the year, but it looks like this time around we might be kind of like last December where we get a bunch of severe weather here in the off season because that's what Mother Nature likes to do. All risks possible tomorrow. We could have tornado, hail, gusty winds. It looks like wind and tornadoes may be a little more favored for tomorrow and especially on Friday. And then, yeah, we're looking ahead to that day. Yep, day 3. Today's Wednesday. Today's Wednesday, so I can't remember which day of the week it is. But yeah, going into your Friday, it looks like you have a more extensive severe weather risk, and now it'll continue into the weekend as well. Come join us at the OU Baylor tailgate. I won't be there, but we will have some folks there at that. And good news here in Oklahoma, it looks like there may not be torrential rain for that tailgate for the OU Baylor game. It's a good time. It's at 2 o'clock, so come get some free lunch, some beer, hang out. You can watch the game on TV at the tailgate, or you can go into the game, or you could just kind of stop by as you're going into the game as well, and you could get a chance to win some Bedlam tickets, such as will be the final home game here towards the end of November. So check us out, Norman, Oklahoma, good time, completely free tomorrow, and then after that, I think RoofCon is like the next day. We got Justin, Brandon, and Amy going to that, and Justin never gave me a graphic for it, so blame Justin for me not having a graphic for RoofCon coming up next week. So here we go. This is the incoming storm system. So this is a pattern that looks like, God, I wish we had this in May. You know, it doesn't seem to happen when we want it to, but here we are in November. We will get some storms here. You have that nice, we call the ski jump looking jet stream where you get that cold air here. So that's pulling up moisture, unseasonably moist, warm air coming into the southern plains, and that's going to push even further up, possibly all the way up into Nebraska by the time we get to Friday here. Could see some severe weather, probably a fair bit of rain with it as well because it is November and is not, you're not getting that capping layer that really need to keep all the storms suppressed till the afternoon. But it looks like we'll see a lot of storms Friday morning and through the day on Friday, especially in places like Oklahoma and Texas. And we push ahead even further here going into your afternoon on Friday. Yeah, there you go. Looks like I-35 corridor could see some storms. Probably a lot of gusty winds and again, a ton of much needed rain. I'm driving around eastern Oklahoma and seeing not fall foliage, but dead trees. So we don't want to see that continuing into the winter here. And then once we get into your Saturday, look at that. It all pushes off to the east. So we'll have a pretty gnarly line of storms moving into the southeast and then to middle Tennessee and even up towards the Chicago area for your Saturday. So we'll break all that down for you guys here in a minute. And yeah, look at that. We get to the beginning of next week and we have got reset and start all over again going to that first full week of November here across the United States. So what's happening right now that we're talking about what we're looking ahead here going into tomorrow and into this weekend? And right now, I mean, you can even see on satellite, you can see the clouds there streaming off the coast of California and kind of coming up into the Mountain West region. That's where your jet stream is going to be. And we have the storm system starting to come in areas in the Pacific Northwest like Portland and Seattle. We got some just kind of gloomy days, a little bit of showers. They've had an unseasonably, incredibly dry summer across the Pacific Northwest. I think it was the driest summer ever in Seattle. Areas that you think rains all the time, doesn't really. It's been pretty dry. Got some snow up near Glacier National Park. Temperatures, again, that you can tell where that jet stream is. Where you got the big dip in the jet stream is where you got that cold air in place. And then areas off to the east, unseasonably warm temperatures starting to stream up north with that humidity as well. So it actually feels more like maybe April than it does early November here in the Southern Plains. Those dew points will continue to rise into the low 60s once we get into the end of the week. So future radar, we're going to kind of speed ahead here all the way to wherever it ends up stopping. I got to remember going into the 3rd here, so that's tomorrow. It's going to be a dry, quiet day for most of the day. We only have a couple chances. Oh, okay, I guess the model updated and didn't show the storms form. Well, wait, no, it's for tomorrow, for today. We're jumping around. I'm also remembering what the graphics are. No, again, nothing today. It's very quiet. Nothing's going to come in even tomorrow during the day. It's not going to be till much later in the day on Thursday when we'll actually see some severe weather. So again, this is 2:30 in the morning on Friday. So tomorrow during the day, it's going to be quiet all day, but the instability will build and we'll have some higher CAPE, which again, doesn't happen too much in November. Usually we're very dead, but we have a chance for some storms. Going to fire very late at night. Sorry, all the storm chasers out there that have to do this for the news, that you're going to be getting up real early and going out and chasing in the wee mornings of the hour, morning hours, and then we're going to see those storms move through probably your morning commute across places like Wichita, over by Kansas City and western Oklahoma, and that's all going to push off to the east for the Friday forecast. So our forecast cut off at 7 a.m. So there we go. We got those storms. This future radar showing. Got to get after midnight to see some storms across western Kansas, even towards the Oklahoma and Texas panhandles. Could see some solid hail with this. Really depends on how isolated the storms stay. If they stay this isolated, I think we might be undershooting on hail just a tiny bit. That instability and the cold air aloft could help with some hail growth, but storm mode is what really we're thinking about here. Could go linear very fast. The more of an unbroken band of storms, the more unlikely that you're going to see bigger hail. So that's what we're looking at here going into the morning hours. That morning commute could be some pretty nasty storms somewhere across Kansas and possibly even into Oklahoma as well. So with that, brings our hail forecast for tomorrow. Currently, we're saying $1.25 to $1.5 size hail. This could change if things trend to maybe more isolated activity. That could bump it up to maybe even some golf ball size hail is possible. But for right now, $1.25 to $1.5 size hail, Dodge City, Colby, Kansas, maybe even down towards Guyman and getting close to just north of Amarillo. Could see those storms again. This isn't going to be during the day. This is going to be late at night. After midnight tomorrow is when storms will form. Now continue into daybreak on Friday. And with that, the wind chances as well. We have that will extend further east as will likely go linear after the first couple hours of development. We could see some gusty winds. Again, it's a pretty potent cold front that's going to push through, so you'll have that potentially from Colby, Kansas to Amarillo of 60, 65 mile per hour winds. Better chance for maybe an isolated nocturnal tornado here or there, and then by the time we get to daybreak, closer to 7 a.m., you got that moderate chance for some strong winds as we have a squall line that's going to be forming and racing across the southern plains here on Friday morning. So I got that moderate chance for Wichita. Speaking of that cold front, there's your cold front tracker. So as everything pushes off to the east, the cold air is going to be coming behind it. This originally looked like it was going to be the killer cold front that was going to sweep the Gulf and everything, but now it looks like everything's going to reset, and we might do this again next week. But as we push through the day, you can pretty much tell almost exactly where all the crazy storms are going to be. And then as we get to Saturday, you have that cold air starting to push off to the east. But notice we aren't getting cold in Oklahoma. We're not getting cold in Texas. It's because we sweep the Gulf with this one. We're going to reset and possibly have more storms going into next week as well. So that extended storm tracker here, we'll see what sometimes the model updates in between when I look at it and when it shows up on the video. So if it's sometimes I'll get a little confused, it's because I want to make sure that what I saw before is actually showing up on screen for you guys. But it looks like, yeah, you got those storms forming and whoop, it moves pretty quick. But you see by 6 p.m. on Friday, what is this, the GFS that's showing, Andrea? Yeah, the GFS, so the American model, is showing by 6 p.m. on Friday, this is rocking, it is hauling ass all the way to the Oklahoma-Arkansas border here. So this by dinner time on Friday, this is showing that storms are already east Oklahoma City and over Dallas. I believe this is 6-hour accumulated precip, so this isn't like what the radar looks like, but it's really what happens in the interim period of each frame here. So that shows you have storms streaming off to the north and east. The biggest question, is it a squall line or is it going to be just semi-discrete supercells? If it's semi-discrete, that means they're kind of stacked on top of each other, where you could get some bigger hail. But if it's a squall line, I'm guessing we're going to probably have a squall line from about here all the way down to maybe south of Dallas. I think there will be some isolated storms maybe closer towards San Antonio or Austin or something like that. But overall, I think we'll see some severe weather moving through the day, all day on Friday, going to Friday night, and then on your Saturday for football here, looks like a squall line. I think it'll be almost entirely a wind risk down in Mississippi, Alabama, Tennessee. You guys know the drill. This is pretty typical for this time of year for the Southeast. So that look ahead forecast, what are we highlighting for Friday? Well, it's pretty much the I-35 corridor. If you guys saw this in April or March or May, you guys would be getting all excited, but here we are in November showing that chance for severe weather from about Wichita down through the Rio Grande Valley. That's where we're likely going to see some severe weather. All modes of potential hazards. I think the biggest one will be wind, followed by hail, and then maybe some isolated tornado chances, and I think that might be really suppressed either along the squall line as a QLCS, little spin-up tornado, or south of the main line where we could see more isolated development. So after that, we still have the tropics. The tropics are also busy too. It is November, and we decided to have 2 hurricanes right now. So this is Hurricane Martin out in the Atlantic. A little anemic, but we're out in the North Atlantic, so it's even more impressive. This thing's somehow tropical. Martin's currently a Cat 1, and whoop, by the time we get to tomorrow morning, it's going to be a Cat 2 out in the middle of the ocean. You can't tell where we're at because we're in the middle of the North Atlantic, and this thing's going to race and loop-de-loop and go all over, and look at that, there's Ireland. So by the time we get to this weekend, it'll be no longer tropical. It's in cold water, and it'll be a nasty storm if it can make it to the UK. If not, it'll be going up to the Faroe Islands, and they're used to that kind of stuff. So the other thing we got here, Hurricane Lisa, this one's going to be impacting either far southern sections of the Yucatan Peninsula for Mexico or the country south of there that I don't remember off the top of my head. But Lisa is going to be making landfall here today. Currently 80 mile per hour winds and moving west 14 miles an hour. So it'll be making landfall this evening. Lisa will go across the Yucatan and then pop out in the Gulf of Mexico, and you think, oh man, maybe we'll go to Texas. Just kidding. Going to go back to Mexico here going next week as everything is being suppressed to the south. There's going to be no risk for the United States now for the rest of the year, but we're still racing through some of the names here. So again, hurricane season does go till December 1st, and this is just that friendly reminder with 2 hurricanes going on right now that yes, it's still going. So that's all I got for you guys today. First time in a little bit I've done the video when I wasn't dressed up as a cheerleader. So follow us on our social media platforms. We've been pretty busy on YouTube Shorts after TikTok decided to be jerks. So check us out on there. Check us on Instagram as well. We post all of our Reels. So everything that was going on TikTok is going on YouTube Shorts and on Instagram Reels. So check us out on there. It's all easy to find us at Hailtrace. Follow our Twitter as long as Elon Musk allows us, and find us on Facebook as well, of course, probably with where you're watching us on. Find us on LinkedIn too. Our videos will be going on LinkedIn pretty soon, probably at the start of the new year. So that's exciting. Got a whole new audience we can go check out. We will be doing TikTok lives and stuff. As far as I know, we're very close to getting banned because apparently TikTok doesn't like some of our content, showing storm chasing and knowing professionals. Is what it is, but we will still do some live videos, especially if we have some exciting severe weather coming up. And of course, give us a call, 855-334-4245. 4.0 beta is live. You want to be a part of that, give us a call there and we can get you set up for that. Got some cool, exciting stuff, especially if we got some severe weather coming up. It'd be a great time to test out some of the new features we got coming up start of the new year. info@hailtrace.com is our email, and visit our website as well for more details. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you tomorrow on Thursday, whichever day of the week it is, and have a good one.